Let's first with Jody.
Steven, after game one, they were pretty dominant in that game, but what changed the last 4 games of this series? How come you guys were so effective?
Well, I think, to be honest, we'd had that long layover, and for whatever reason, we just came out a little flat. I think, if anything, that wasn't necessarily a bad thing to get beat handily like that. I think it woke us up a little bit. Obviously, we knew the series had started, and I think Pointer's line, the way they responded after that first game was pretty inspiring for our team. We knew that line was going to be extremely dangerous, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think last 2 or 3 games, I don't know if they had a 5-on-5 goal. So that goes to show the commitment we had as a team to defending. We know we can put the puck in the net. We've seen that all season, but we chose to play the right way, and I think our depth really showed in this series.
You guys have a power play goal, and for your unit to get that mark.
Yeah, obviously, the game winner. So Millsy with a great shot, Cooch with a great play. We adjusted our look a little bit. I don't know if that had some confusion for their PK, but we thought we were getting a little stale. Our unit in particular, we put Pointer out there, and for whatever reason, we had a play, we executed, and turned out to be the game winner, so it was nice.
You guys out-hit them all series. Regular season, you guys were at the bottom. Do you think that shocked them at all, how physically you were?
Maybe surprised them a little bit, but that was something that was talked about a lot before this playoffs began, was just how we needed to ramp up the physicality, and we know we have the players. I mean, you look at Paquette and Kunitz and Callahan, they lead the way in that department, no doubt, and that gets us going. But everyone was involved. No one was shying away from anything out there, and there's a reason why you beat a team of that caliber 4 straight times. It's because you're doing the right things, and it was fun to watch and be a part of.
How much of that was your 5-on-5 play against them? They didn't have a 5-on-5 goal since game 2. Just how dominant were you guys, and how good was Point shutting down the version?
Yeah, again, those guys, they took it to heart that first game, and things like that happen. I mean, they had a couple chances, they went in the net, and at the end of the day, it probably looks a lot worse than it really was. But those guys were outstanding, and like I said, they set the tempo. Anytime you can play against the line that was that dominant in the regular season and that dominant in the first round, and then have a first game like that, and then shut them down really 5-on-5 was impressive, and that's what we needed. And I think everyone kind of fed off that. And when you're not going to allow a 5-on-5 goal for 3 straight games, you got a good chance to win.
I know people arrange yourself and all this, but what have guys like McDonough, Girardi, Kelly brought to this?
Well, I don't know if really you have the words for it. I mean, a lot of it isn't things that are said. It's things that are done not only on the ice but behind the scenes. The leadership, core that we have in this room. You can throw Chris Kunitz in there as well. I mean, just invaluable at this time of the season. And, as a captain of the team, it's so fun to have all those guys to lean on, especially at times like this. So those guys have proven to win in this league. We have a ton of experience on this team, and we'll look to continue using it to our advantage.
Steven, you mentioned the play on the power play. That's a play. JT talked about that. I know that's Kucherov and JT doing the circles there, but you have to have a role on that too. Just take me through the design of that play, what your role is there, what that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, like I said before, it was a little stale the first couple. We were standing still a little too much, and sometimes you just got to be in a spot to create a diversion, really. Obviously, teams are going to respect the guy in the hole a little bit, and it was just a look that we really hadn't given them to this point in the series. And don't want to give away all our secrets here, but it was a play that at that time of the game, it's a big moment, and we needed to shake some things up, and we did, and those guys executed the play to perfection and ended up being the game winner.
Stammer, you always pride yourself on doing things other than scoring goals to help the team win. How encouraging is it in the last couple of games to have you, Miller, and Cooch all get on the score sheet?
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, when things weren't going in, I mean, it's a matter of time. You just have to continue to play the right way, like you mentioned. If you start cheating, that's when there's issues. But at this time of the year, you can't afford to do that. This group knows that, and Like I said, we've relied on our depth all season long. You know, whether it's Pointer's line, whether it's our line, offensively, and you know, the other two lines are just as important. You look at what Sorelli's line and Paquette's line did in the series. You know, they were just as important. So, you know, we're a tough team to beat when we can have both, you know, the offensive lines going at the same time, and we had a mixture of that the last two games, and that's why I think we had the success.
Steve, what does it say to you about this team that you hit 6-2 in the first game and then you win 4 straight, but there was no flinch with you guys, and obviously you have the experience in that clubhouse, but what did you take away from just the resolve and the bounce back? Yeah, there was no panic. You know, coming into that first game, we were confident. Obviously, from the first series, it didn't go the way we wanted to. We knew the next game was the most important at that time. You know, win and you know, go into Boston and just get one. That's the mentality you have. And then you get the first one, then you're like, well, we're here. We might as well get the second one. And to have that, you know, obviously that OT winner was huge. It gives you life. It gives you energy. It gives you a chance to come back home. And that's what experienced teams do. When they have a chance to close out a team, you close them out. No one wanted to go back on a plane, and we did that in the first series with Jersey. We did it again. So we rely, like I said, a lot on, for the most part, everyone in that room having been to multiple conference finals, to finals, and the guys who haven't just kind of fit in seamlessly, and it's been fun group to be part of.
How talented the Bruins are and how close to the standings. Were you shocked at all? It only took 5?
Well, I mean, for sure. You don't expect to come in and beat a team like that, and you know, 4 straight games after dropping the first one. So we expected a long series. I don't think any team goes in thinking you're gonna, you know, clean out a team in the second round in 5. But it happens when you play the right way. You know, you get rewarded for it. And you know, the PK at the end. You know, everyone was probably on their edge a little bit with how good their power play was. But again, we showed Johnny's out there diving, Callie's out there blocking shots. I mean, it was just an unbelievable team effort.
Stephen, speaking to that, you guys scored 17 goals in the series, 12 different players. Does that speak a lot to the talent throughout the roster?
Well, absolutely. You can't say it enough, you know, how much you need depth. And, you know, maybe, you know, for us trying to shut down that Bergeron line was a key. I know they got some power play looks, but, you know, that's why our team's been so successful. You go through the lines. You have guys that can put the puck in the net on every line and who can defend, who you can trust in all situations, and that's what good teams do at this time of the year.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Stammer.